So, welcome in for day 2 of our emotional mastery training. I wanted to start off today with a recap and bring our awareness to our emotional state outside of our practice. The intention of our practice this week is to come back to the map, our somatic practice of coming into the body. I'm not going to walk through all of the stages. We're becoming more familiar with those each day. And to start to appreciate the unconditionality of uh, of coming into the body, of learning to be in the soma and to come into the vast open space that's happening on and in the body, and that there is always something to experience going on in there, and that it's like an ocean. It's changing and it's moving, and yet we have an idea about it that becomes fixed or judged, and that's where these emotions begin, right? Because emotions are physical sensations, right? And so there's 8 components of emotional awareness that we're bringing our awareness to outside of the space. And I just wanted to take a moment with you men to ask you, did you have a moment outside of the space to check in on your emotional vocabulary or your emotional embodiment? What's one small, specific, without going on for too long, way that this brought in either vocabulary or embodiment from your practice, like yesterday? I can give you mine if you want my example.
Yes.
Um, I I noticed at the end of the day, um, I had 3 intro calls with new men um, who might be interested in working with me, and I noticed I felt uh, uh, I'm afraid to label it as panic, but like a catastrophization, um, a sadness, an overwhelm when somebody that I had built a deep connection with sent me an email and said, "Oh, I found another path of somewhere else I want to go." And it was at the end of the day, I received this, and I noticed myself go into a pattern that I go into of coming into the kitchen. And then I said, "Oh, I had this memory of our practice." And I thought, I wonder if I can label how I'm feeling in a different way. And I started labeling it differently. And then I started noticing my embodiment. And then that brought me into, I don't actually want to do this thing that I want to do right now, which was to almost like sulk. What would be better to move this? And it was to go for a run, right? And yet I felt down. I didn't feel like energized to go for a run, and I went for that run. But now what I want to notice is that even this morning, I'm coming in and I can just feel how there's like a project, like a story in my head of the past. And I'm so thankful to come in here for this practice. I'm actually excited to get into my body in a way that is not conditioned um, to process this. And that's even with all of the practice, right? And I think that's what I want to share for me that I notice in this is that emotional mastery doesn't mean that this doesn't happen.
Mhm.
It actually means it happens, and you work with it even more creatively. And I feel more caring for myself right now. So I know that was a little bit longer than a short statement. But I'd love to hear from both of you.
Well, I'd say one thing for me, I don't know if I would say it's directly as a result of yesterday or any specific day, but I have been doing this, this breath work and meditation somewhat inconsistently, but I've been doing it for a while now. And I do notice that I patterns of behavior that I would used to get into with my partner, my husband, that weren't all that positive. I don't do that as much. I've noticed. I'll get to the edge and something he will have said something or done something that annoyed me, and I would harp on it and kind of just that was a pattern, that an aspect of my personality I've never been that proud of. But I notice I'm
Mm,
doing that a lot less. And when something like that, a situation like that arises, I just kind of usually just kind of shrug it off and say, you know, it is what it is. Let's move on. So that may be an outcrop of what I've been doing in this work. I hope it is, or maybe
mm,
I've just finally become an adult. It's one or the other, but um,
okay.
maybe
Yeah,
a little of both.
I'm I'm gonna be more curious later about what your actual somatic practice is of it is what it is and move on.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay,
Okay.
I will try to articulate.
Well, I want you to notice in yourself too.
Hmm.
Cool.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Well, I think I can answer that a little bit now. I feel more of a calmness instead of my initial reaction would be one of irritation, and I would feel this kind of frustration in me. I don't get that same kind of reaction.
There you go.
I feel
Beautiful.
more of a calmness and more of a kind of let's shrug it off kind of feeling.
Beautiful.
So yeah, if that's what you're looking for, yeah, I can testify to that.
And you, Manuel?
Yeah, thanks, Chris. So for me, I think I can share 2 times during the day how um, my boss called me because there are some changes for me on my work roles, and I was a little nervous, so I took a moment to go to the bathroom for a bathroom break. Not the best place to do this, but I did some brief exercise for the deep one for 5 times, so I can be more conscious, more wanted to be. So I was feeling anxious, I was feeling nervous, and with the breathing, I didn't want to get rid of those feelings. I feel more confident about myself and in my body. I just was looking to feel more energetic and more sort of more chill.
Mm.
And I got that. And then at the end of the day, I was walking um, towards my house, and I went through this park, and I paused for a few minutes just looking, staring to dogs, to the skies, and I suddenly felt my whole body aching, a subtle ache, and I noticed that it was from the day that was being a little stressful, and so it was just being aware of my body, what as something that my body aches from something emotional. Um, and I didn't just and I decided to go for a long walk. And while I was walking for about 20 minutes, I was doing also the breathing, like starting from my tummy, like we do the
Mm-hmm.
reverse one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I did this during the full walk, and it got me more content, more agree with the things, with the changes at work, the things that are not working for me right now. An aspect of my life. It just got me like,
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful examples, guys. Thank you so much for sharing. brings a smile to my face. So let's go ahead and start to begin our practice. And today, let's come into the body and remember that even though we're working on emotional mastery, and so we just talked about how our practice is coming into our life, let's remind ourselves that we're coming into the body and coming into this unconditioned space in the belly, and to allow the sensations on and in the body to be sensations. Okay, so let's go ahead and start to put on your strap. Start to fall down onto the ground, into the earth. And begin your 12-fold lower belly breathing. Letting go down into the ground. Showing your body it's safe to let go. And 3 more together. Exhaling down into the earth. And 1 more. Okay. Returning to normal breathing. Maybe you need to readjust. In today's practice, you might notice I'm going to be more silent. Maybe giving larger gaps to allow ourselves to come into our feeling sense now that we know the posture. So here we go. Go ahead and inhale and begin. And 3 more together, rolling all of your discursive thoughts, any fears, any insecurities down into your belly. And last one. Returning to normal breathing, just noticing how much you can feel your body. Is your body glowing? This next round, let's bring our attention to the inhale, to pulling up from the ground into the lower belly, allowing our awareness to open, and then bringing it back to the belly on the exhale, then down into the earth. See what comes in into your mind on the inhale. So here we go. Letting go down into the ground. And 3 more. And last one. Squeeze your belly. Okay, let's go ahead and find our seated posture. Notice how your state has shifted. Just give yourself thanks for showing up, for allowing yourself to fall down into the ground, having the courage to open and to let go of whatever you're holding on to feel safe, even if that's challenging things. Maybe it's fear or insecurity or doubt. And in some way we're attached to it. And so now we're going to come into the body. So go ahead and find your seat and pick it. Now we're going to come into the body. So on the next breath, go ahead and open to receive the breath and begin full body breathing. And again, inhaling from every pore of skin on the body. And again, inhaling. And then exhaling. And let's bring our energy and awareness down to our left foot. Go ahead and breathe into your left big toe. Pausing and feeling into your left big toe. Then coming out into the ball of your foot. Breathing in through your foot. And up into your ankle. And then into your calf. Using the pace of your breath on the inhale to bring your awareness back into your calf if it left, and inhaling in through your calf. Then coming up into your knee. And breathing into the space if your hand is on your thigh, feeling into your palm of your hand and your thigh at the same time. Breathing into your thigh. Allow this to be bright. Allow it to be tingly. Then coming up into the hip socket and your left side of your pelvic girdle. Then coming into the inside of your pelvic girdle on the front. Then breathing into your taint and your butt cheeks. Then everything from the waist down, both legs. Seeking sensation and allowing any tension that you notice to let go on your exhale. And go ahead and allow your body to just plant down into the ground. And we're going to breathe in through the front of our belly and the lower part. And coming through to our lower back and the tailbone. And then as if the inside of the body is filling up with liquid, we're coming up to the top of the belly. And then the middle of your back. You might notice your body wants to rise, starts to open. Then breathing in through your sternum. And then coming into the mid-back. Just pausing to breathe in through the back where your heart is. Allowing yourself to feel any emotions that come up along the way. Then opening to the top of your chest. Then coming up to your shoulders. And the top of your back. And so today we're working with emotional granularity. So go ahead and just feel your body. Notice the sensations in your body and see if you can notice them sequencing and changing. And coming to the left shoulder blade and the left socket of your shoulder. Go ahead and breathe in through your shoulder. Then coming down into your bicep. And coming into your elbow. And breathing in through your forearm. Then down into your wrist. Then into your thumb. Palm of your hand. Then each of your fingers, one at a time, at least one breath each. letting go of any tension in your hand. See if you can allow your hand to illuminate. You're feeling the outside of your entire hand, then the inside. And then coming across to the right side of your body, allowing your whole right hand to turn on as well. Then coming into your wrist and your forearm. Your elbow on the inside and the outside. And then up into your bicep and your tricep. And then connecting the whole circle in the front of your body. Coming up into your neck. And breathe in through the front of your neck. And breathing in through the back of your neck. Then your jaw. Your lips and your teeth. Then up into your nose. Allow the muscles around your eyes to relax. And feeling the sensations in your brain. Go ahead and feel the front of your brain on your forehead. And then coming into the back of your brain. And then just placing your awareness at the bump at the back of your head. Starting to open up that channel, and we're just going to drop down slowly. Behind your tongue. Behind your neck. Breathing that space open. And down into your upper chest. Behind your heart. Behind your sternum. Behind the upper belly. And down into your space in your lower belly. Just start to take some deeper inhales and exhales down into your lower belly. Go ahead and let go of any tension, anything you notice in your hips or your feet. So we just came into the body, full body breathing. We're going to bring our energy and awareness down into that space right behind your belly button and your groin. We're going to open up that space down beneath us. We're going to breathe down into the earth. Inhaling down into the earth for 12. pushing your breath down into the earth. Soft and powerful. Okay, 3 more. Okay, and now we're going to reverse it. Go ahead and just pause for a moment. Just be in your body. Notice the ocean of aliveness that you're turning onto. So now we're going to breathe up from the earth into the lower belly for 12 breaths. And as you do this, we're going to open up that channel, that tube of energy, about the size of a quarter, where your pinky, your pointer finger, and your thumb, when placed together, we're going to come up the central channel just along the back line. And as you do this, see if you can move anything in the way, any obstructions out of the way. And as you move through each energy center, just see if there's any emotions that need to be allowed to be present. So we're going to exhale down into the earth, then inhale up into the belly for 3 breaths. Breathing into that flame down in your lower belly. Immense amount of trust in the body, and the earth. You can do this. Feeling this immaculate open energy just coming up from the earth into the lower belly. Then allowing it to come up that central channel. Start to open the channel from the belly. As you do this, your head might rise. You might notice that you're tilting, so you need to open up that space. Coming up into the belly button. Upper belly. Up into the sternum. Okay, behind the heart. Okay, upper chest. And let's pause at the neck and just make sure we come back to every part of the central channel. What needs to be felt? What needs to be allowed to move? Relax your consciousness into the central channel and just allow whatever needs to come up to come up. Developing an immense amount of trust in yourself and in your life. Then coming up into the neck. Opening up the back of the neck to allow that to come through up into the back of the tongue. And up into the back bump at the back of your head. Bringing your chin down. Ears over your shoulders. And go ahead and give yourself a few advanced adjustments. Moving forward and back. Left and right. And the instruction from here is don't move. What happens in your inner experience when you don't move? What do you start to feel? Developing an immense amount of trust in your ability to come into the body. To be able to tap into the quality of that experience of feeling this open, vibrant, unconditioned quality of being. Tapping into this well of self-confidence that's down in your belly. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back into the space. May your practice continue for the good of everyone and everything. And may your practice today, may it give you the courage to allow your life to unfold, to take action in the places that need your action, the places where you maybe are stuck because of fear, insecurity. Put your heart out, to allow your heart out. Knowing that you can always return here, you can always come back to this practice. You can regenerate from the inside out. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for practicing with me today.
Chris, I'm going to have to ring off. I have an appointment.
Sending best wishes. So
Okay,
today, our stretch today is to notice our emotional granularity and to notice emotional differentiation. So catch yourself feeling something and see if you can feel it in a different way. Be well, Jim.
Okay, see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you. I'm gonna go too.
Bye.